Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're doing a technical cut test. So some of you guys remember out there, and you can write in the comments, when I got this machine. This is a, basically it's an edge testing machine, all right? It's called an Edge On Up. The actual machine is a Sharp PT50A, or maybe it's a PT50B, I forget, one of those. But anyway, this is essentially a scale, but this is specifically designed to use the scale to measure the pressure that is put on the cutting material, and it stops once the cutting material is broken. So essentially it gives you a way to determine how sharp an edge is to compare to other knives on the same machine with the same median. So what we have here, in this case, this is a couple different attachments, but this is a little magnetic piece. All right, and it has these throwaway metal tabs, and on the metal tabs, there is a piece of medium. Okay, it's like a piece of line, like some kind of nylon or something. It is very taut. Okay, and once you are done using these, you can pull these tabs out. I mean, you could buy extra tabs. The machine came with a bunch of tabs. It also came with the exact same medium on a different holder that's kind of, you know, wound around, so you can just continuously use that instead of using all these tabs. But long story short, that magnetizes to the machine. We turn the machine on. All right, and as you put pressure down, I'm just going to push on the metal tab. You can see on the bottom, when you let go, it just stops. Okay, add pressure, let go, and it shows you that pressure in grams. So I had pushed down to 370 grams of pressure. So the idea is when you get your knife and you push down, it's going to create pressure until it makes the cut. When the cut makes, it breaks and the number will stop, and it will show you how sharp your edge is. Now I do have the little cheat sheet here which gives you an idea of what the numbers mean. Again, you can refer to older videos to get an idea of how sharp some of the other stuff that I was testing. I actually tested the double edge razor as well. So pretty much anything under a 200 is extremely sharp, and if it's under 100, it's just, you know, ridiculously sharp. So we're going to see the previous owner of this knife was curious because they sharpened it themselves, and you could tell that because they came down. I mean, I think they did a good job, but they did come down here and hit the ricasso just a little bit, took off the paint here. They did this by hand on some whetstones, all right, which is pretty impressive considering a lot of people still use machines and different types of guided systems. So freehand sharpening is still an art form. I know there's plenty of people watching that do that. Feel free to post in the comment section if you still sharpen on stones. Occasionally I'll do that. It's a fun thing, you know. If I just need an edge on a knife, I don't bother. I don't spend the time and sit there and spend an hour trying to get a perfect edge on a knife. But I have done that, you know. It's more of a hobby thing. Sharpening is its own hobby within knives. So anyway, here we go. So here is the test on this particular knife, on this Microtech Ultratech. So it's resting on the material, pushing down, and look at that. It broke at 156. 156 is a fantastic number. Again, according to the maker's little chart here, that is in between the sharpness of a double-edged razor blade and a utility razor blade. It's actually sharper than a utility razor blade. So that is quite impressive for an edge. So yeah, you did a good job. The person who sharpened this is, of course, watching the video, I'm sure. And yeah, you just did a really good job. I mean, there's nothing beats you know, using some whetstones, the proper stones and the proper technique to get a really, really nice edge on your knife. And in this case, that has been proven. You got a really nice edge on here. So yeah, you can see, turn that off, or this is off maybe, I forget. One of those. Actually, I forgot I could light up the screen so you guys can see it better, but hopefully you caught that. So yeah, these are just disposable now that the material is broken, the little thread or whatever. You just pop these out, toss it away, and there's like I said, a bag of these, and you can do more testing. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to break this out. I do use this occasionally. I'll get questions like, hey, you still use that sharpening machine? Hey, you still have that, or not sharpening, you still use that sharpness tester machine? I do. I don't use it frequently. This is something I'll just seldom break out when I personally take the time to sharpen a knife and I think I do a really good job. That's when I really break this out. I don't really use this on, I mean, my original idea of getting this was to test out different factory edges. Like, okay, this knife from Spyderco is this, you know, sharp, and then, okay, this knife from Benchmade is this sharp. I did that in the beginning with probably a dozen or so knives, and it was cool, you know, but it just got a little boring to me, so I just didn't take it out. It's just what it is. But it's still a really fun machine to have. It's really interesting. So there you go, guys. Just another way to test your edge. Obviously, there's a million different cut tests you can do. In fact, let me know down in the comment section, how do you test how sharp your knife is? You have the simple paper cut test. I mean, if it can cleanly slice through a piece of paper, you know, like printer paper, you're good to go. Honestly, that's as sharp as most people need it. But obviously, people take it level after level beyond that, you know, all the way down to cleanly slicing through toilet paper. That is a very difficult feat. I might do a video in the future on shaving paper, literally taking a piece of paper and shaving a layer off of it without cutting through it. That is quite impressive. Hair whittling, I mean, there's a bunch of different extreme cut tests, which are pretty cool. I've done videos on most of them, if not all of them in the past, but it's been many years since I showed that stuff, so maybe I'll do it again in the future. We'll see. But anyway, just wanted to break out the old machine upon request and confirm that the previous owner did a really good job hand sharpening this Microtech. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.